We're going to get rolling right here. We have one of our favorite coaches, Mike Bray, in the house. Coach, good to have you. Coach, we're going to make you official member of our team. We're going to talk, keeping you in the game right there.
All right.
It's National Pink Month, so we're going to keep you on our team. First of all, we got to take care of the important business. How's our buddy Pete Strickland doing?
Pete Strickland's doing great. He's coaching the Irish national team.
Oh, really?
He's running the Irish national program. He's a busy man. I'm going to see him at an event Monday in D.C., and we're going to eat some hard-shell crabs.
Well, you need to take him one of those.
I'll take him one.
Tell him that High Sticks and Coach Cox.
I will let him know.
Sent that, though. Now, has he been recruiting the pubs for his players? Or where?
You know, it's funny. I got a text in August. He said, Mike, any chance Matt Farrell's mother was born in Ireland? I said, God, he'd be good for you, but no, I don't think you can pull that one off. But he's working hard at it, and obviously an old teammate of mine at the math and a great friend.
He's a good guy, he sure is. Well, last year, I know that when part of the recruiting pitch was getting you to tell me why she played Notre Dame was, you told me about 3-Point Jesus. I want to know how 3-Point Jesus is doing up there.
Still there,
still
man.
On campus?
He's still there. He's still there. He's ready to go, and you know, we hope. Right now, he's touchdown Jesus because our football program's playing so well. But he turns into 3-Point Jesus with that first ACC game.
He's multi-dimensional.
He is. He is.
Well, tell us how the Fighting Irish doing.
Well, we've got an older group back that has been together and has won together. And when you start with Bonzie Colson and Matt Farrell, you have two probably of the 10 best players in the league, and that's a great place to start. You know, and we've got some other older guys, Martin Gebbin, a senior center, Rex Pfluger, a junior guard, T.J. Gibbs, a sophomore guard. So our lineup and we only have one true freshman. This is an old team, and it's a team that's played and won together and won big games together. So their expectations for themselves are really high. And you know, it's as a coach, a leader, you always like to get a group to take ownership of itself. This old group has set the tone starting in June in the summer.
All right. Again, this best league in the country by far. What's the hardest part of coaching?
Playing on the road. You know, I think the getting a road win in this league is really difficult. I came from the Big East, and in the Big East, when you'd play Georgetown, you'd play them downtown where the Wizards play, or you play Villanova where the Sixers play, or you'd play Seton Hall where the hockey team play. They weren't on campus, so the road was not as treacherous in the Big East. We got to this league, and you're on campus, and you cherish any road win you can get.
This morning I asked the players, is there a favorite road place you like to play? I'm going to ask you, is there any of the places you go to that you really enjoy going to?
Well, you know, anytime you go back to play at Duke or at North Carolina, to play those programs, it's an honor to play those programs. We've been fortunate that we've had some success in those arenas, and that's given us great credibility in this league. Of course, we'll be back in Cameron and in the Dean Dome this year.
So be careful. Sometimes you get what you want.
Here we go.
All right, we're going to start with a few fun questions right here and get the tough ones over with. All right, if you could talk with anybody, past or present, for 1 hour, who would you talk to? What would you talk about?
You know, I'd love to get an hour with John Wooden. You know, I met him a couple times, but you never got a whole lot of time with him. You know, just an hour with him, the teacher, the educator that he is, and just to ask more philosophical questions on how to get young people better. I think I'd really cherish that.
Okay. What did you do and what do you do during the off season just to have some fun and relax?
You know, I go to Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. I still have a place back there from my days of coaching at the University of Delaware, and I've got some friends and family that meet me down there. My children come meet me there. We hang out. We eat hard-shell crabs. That's a big thing up there in Delaware and Maryland and Virginia, and just kind of hang out and relax and reminisce. That's kind of my go-to spot to regenerate.
Oh, that sounds like fun. All right, that kind of ties in with my next thing. I just gave you a plane ticket to go anywhere in the world. Where are you going to go?
You know, I would love to. I want to go to Russia. I want to see Russia. They say St. Petersburg is the place to go, not Moscow. I would be intrigued to see it. Been thinking about that for a while. I tell you where else I'd like to go is Cuba. I wouldn't mind going to Cuba, and don't be surprised if the ACC doesn't play a game in Cuba in the near future, and we would be part of that. That would be really cool.
That would be great.
Really cool place to investigate.
All right, this is your lucky day. You just hit the lottery. What's the first thing you're going to buy?
First thing I'm going to buy, you know what? I think I'm going to buy something in Miami because I also like to head down there and hide a little bit, and I would maybe buy something on the water in Miami. That's a place I think I could see myself hanging out in Notre.
Okay. Coaching at Notre Dame, are you a man of faith? And if so, what part does that play in the game?
I'm a man of deep faith. And you know, when you're on the Notre Dame campus, you're reminded of faith on a daily basis at every turn. You know, but there's no question. I mean, especially working at a Catholic institution, and we have a priest that travels with us and does team mass, and it's a big part of the routine out there. And I think, you know, not only that's been a nice aspect to be around a real faith-based institution. I think it's helped me keep balance in my professional life and not get too crazy when you're winning a lot or you're losing a lot. Stay kind of even-keeled and remember the big picture.
Who has been the biggest influence on first your life, second your career?
You know, my parents were educators. They were teachers and coaches, and I grew up around them, and they were the ones that kind of motivated me to want to do it. And then Morgan Wooten at DeMatha and Mike Krzyzewski. You know, I worked with both of those guys, and they were amazing mentors to me and really got me ready to be a head coach.
I'm politicking, and I want to see this in baseball. When a batter gets called to play, he has his own theme song. I think that when basketball players and coaches get introduced pre-game, they need to have their own theme song. What would Mike Bray's theme song be?
It would be something from Tom Petty, since he just passed away, and I was a big Tom Petty guy. Anything, it would be a Tom Petty hit, because he was my man, and I've been listening to him on XM radio since he passed 2 weeks ago.
I think mine probably Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes? I got you.
We would go that route right there, though. Who are you most proud, and that's hard probably to find one, but who would you be most proud of? If you've got a guy that maybe was an over-accomplisher or something like that, but who are you most proud of?
You know, I mean, I think if you look at Bonzi, I think he's just a great story in college basketball. He wasn't a top 100 recruit. He was told he couldn't play at this level. He was told he wasn't big enough. He was told at every turn. And he's had that chip on his shoulder, and he's just made himself a Player of the Year candidate and a first-team All-American. And I'm just really proud of how he's come along. He's remained very coachable. He's a great teammate. He wants to win. It has been a joy to help him develop.
Okay. What was the best advice somebody's ever given?
Be yourself when you become a head coach. Be yourself. Both Morgan Wooten and Mike Krzyzewski and many guys that were head coaches that I looked up to said, you know, you're going to have to develop your own style, your own personality. And when my assistants get jobs, I try to tell them, say, look, now you got to find your niche and you got to be yourself.
Okay. What motivates Mike Bray?
Seeing a group of young people get better and enjoy the challenge that is a college basketball season, the ups and downs, and I love when our seniors, you know, we have seniors, guys don't leave it. I love that our seniors have had great years, and then I watch them graduate. That's a real fulfilling moment for me to see those last couple of months of a young man's senior year.
Okay. Do you have any phobias? It was kind of interesting. The guy, I had one of the players from Syracuse. They had a very bumpy flight down here. He was scared to get back on the plane to go back up there. But do you have any phobias?
I'm a heights guy a little bit. You know, when I get, you know, I go over the Bay Bridge when I'm going to the beach sometimes. I don't look left or right. I kind of look straight. You know, and even like elevators that are open, and you're like in New York on the 45th floor, those get me a little bit. But other than that, I'm okay.
Now, this is my Dan Rather, the big interview question is, who is Mike Bray?
He is a teacher, first and foremost. I'm no different than the high school history teacher that taught and coached back at DeMatha. I draw on those situations every day, coaching at Notre Dame. I'm handling young people that you're just trying to get confidence. I think of myself as an educator.
Coach, you lost a huge Notre Dame fan. Coach Tony's father lived and died, and even when he had dementia, it was in the retirement home wore his Notre Dame hat up until the end of.
He took that Notre Dame hat. His Mantel at number 5, the white hat. He took that with him to heaven.
That's unbelievable. That's great. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, we lost another good fan down there.
We did. Yeah. That means we'll just have to cheer a little bit louder.
I think you guys will. He's drank the Kool-Aid if he's been around his dad all those years.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you
always
being with us.
Great to be with you.
Tell Pete hello.
I will.
Tell Irish.
See you down there. Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Best wishes.
Good luck this season.
Thanks, man.
Good luck there.
How old was he?
88.
It's a good run.
Hey,
It was.
Absolutely. If he'd made it about another month, he would have made it with my mom for 69 years.
That's unbelievable.
Hey,
I will never make it that long. I'm a former coach. I'll never make it that long.
hey, best wishes, Coach.
Good luck to you.
Have a good day.